Look at that sunset. All right, here we go. We've got our supplies. Simply need a putter and count on 3, a sleeve of golf balls. You can get any ones you want, but since we're doing the Holen1Golf Playbook, inspired by the one, the only, that guy, Tiger Woods himself, the Tour B X5's beautiful golf ball. And I keep these 3 just for my short game practice, my putting, my bump and run, my chipping just around the green or the practice area. So get 3 golf balls, keep them in a sleeve, buy your favorite ones, Pro V1s, TaylorMade TP5s, Bridgestone, Strixons, whatever ball you love, Callaway. Grab your 3 favorites and set them aside for the Holen1Golf Playbook, inspired by the one, the only, Tiger Woods. Okay, once you have your supplies, we're gonna take off our head cover. I'm gonna use this handy dandy cheesehead head cover as my ball marker. We're gonna go level 1, 3-footers, 6-footers, 9-footers, and you're gonna learn your first tip from the man himself when he was just 3 years old. So this is the Tiger Woods Keep It Simple Stupid, the K.I.S.S system. That's what he says. He says he still does stuff that he learned as a 3-year-old. Can you imagine that? So the first tip in the Tiger Woods system, the Holen1Golf Playbook, the first tip you're gonna get is putt to the picture. And I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean. So you've got your 3 golf balls, you've got your putter, you've got your head cover, and you've got a hole to putt towards. So we're gonna get to work. On level number 1, by the way, in the playbook system is short putts. That's 3 plus 3, 6, 3 plus 3 plus 3, 9. I'll show you what I mean. And you're gonna take the stick, the flag stick, out of the cup. You're gonna give yourself 1 foot and a little more, okay, about 15 to 16 inches. So this is your miss zone, okay? So you want to get the ball to the cup, but not hit the stick. You don't want to leave it short, okay? That's what pros are really good at. Pros do miss, okay? The pros do miss, but when they miss, they barely miss. So we're gonna practice getting your speed right, okay? With the Tiger Woods tip of the day, putt to the picture. And this box is gonna be our picture. I'll show you what I mean. So once you have your station set up, here's your miss zone. We're gonna go by the cup, not stand on it. You wanna stand off the side a little bit. And we're gonna step out 1 big step, so about there, and 1 big step from my schoolyard football days. What I remember, we would walk off our yardages, 1, 2, to about 10 yards, right? We'd walk off yardages. So 1 big step is 1 yard, but on the green, we measure putts in feet. So it's about 3 feet. Now I want you to guess from 3 feet, from right there, what percentage of putts do the pros, tour pros, and this is in stats, you can look it up, what percentage of putts do pros make from 3 feet? What's your guess? So 3 feet, I've got my 1 ball that I'm gonna hit, and I've got my extra 2. And we always use the 3-ball system in the Holen1Golf Playbook. And the reasoning is you're always gonna hit 3 shots. First one you're gonna hit good, second one you're gonna hit a little better, third one you're gonna hit your best shot. That's the goal, at least. Of course, it doesn't always work that way, but that's your goal. Now, this is a 3-foot putt. I haven't read it yet, but I'm gonna go read this putt a little bit, and I'm gonna teach you what it means to putt to the picture. Now, putt to the picture, let's talk about that. Racing daylight here, so putt to the picture. What is that tip? To the picture, what does that even mean? So you gotta remember, Tiger Woods was 3 years old when he got this tip from his dad. Tiger Woods started swinging a golf club at the ripe old age of 2 years old. So we're going all the way back to Tiger as a 2 and 3 year old, a toddler, just a little tyke, and Tiger just a little guy. And he says he still uses this tip, putt to the picture. He still uses it to this day. What in the world are they talking about? Well, you got to think. Tiger's dad is his first coach, and he's trying to get across to Tiger how to play break and use gravity and hit the right speed. And we know that putts are not always level. They're not always straight. So he told Tiger, he put down an object to aim at, and he said, Tiger, just look to the picture. This is the picture, and simply putt to the picture. So check it out. On a putt this short, I'm gonna put the picture right here, back of the cup. Now I might go a little to the left, might go a little to the right, but first I've got to go read the putt and take a look. So let's do that. I'm gonna read the putt. Now in the system, today's tip is putt to the picture, but in our system there's some things you're gonna see that happen on every single shot. Okay, so today's tip, putt to the picture, but every shot you ever hit for the rest of your life, you're gonna do it just like Tiger Woods. And you gotta aim. Okay, you gotta aim. And where should you aim? Bad golfers never do this. They aim on the side, right here. Your vision's only 50%. What you're always gonna do for the rest of your life, whether it's a 3-foot putt or a 300-yard drive, you're gonna aim, and you're gonna do it from behind the ball, because behind the ball, your vision is 100%. Think archery. You're aiming from behind. Okay, I think anything that you aim, field goal kickers I talk a lot about with my players, if you watch on TV, they're lining it up, they're aiming it, they do that from behind. They don't stand on the side and try to figure out how to do it. They aim from behind. So step one, aim. And we're gonna putt to the picture. I'm gonna show you what I mean. So first we get behind the ball, we read it, we see it's an uphill putt. So I can see very clearly this is an uphill putt. So I read it. Then I mark my ball. I would mark my ball. I've got the putter there to mark it, but I want you to notice something that's very important in putting. Look right there. You see that nice handy dandy, what is it? You see that? There's an arrow there and an arrow there. We're gonna aim that arrow at the picture, at our target. Okay, and then what happens is you'll find on your putter, you'll also have a line right there. What do you think you do with those two lines? Where's that line? Right there. That line and that line, you just simply match them up. And then you can putt to your picture. All right, so check this out. Here we go. I've got an uphill putt and I'm reading it. And I'm gonna putt this straight as an arrow. I can line that up and double check my work. We'll putt right to the back of the cup. And I have a B. You see that B on the box? That B is right directly at the back of the cup. It's about the size of a ball. So my picture is gonna try to hit that B. Let's see if I can do it. So do you remember our question earlier? Back of the cup. How many putts will a pro make, a tour pro, how many of them will they make from 3 feet? What percentage? So if they took 100 putts, what percentage do you think they're gonna make? I'm gonna make you think about that a little bit. I'm gonna go try to make these putts. So I've aimed, I've lined it up, I've got my picture right there to the B. Okay, right to the B, in the middle, back of the cup. That's my picture. Putt to the picture. That's what Tiger's dad told little old Tiger at 3 years old, just putt to the picture. So here we go. So we aimed, and then what? We practice next. Yes, we practice. So I'm gonna line my putter up next to the ball. I'm gonna start thinking about that picture. I take my stance, I get my grip, I get set, and I'm thinking about that picture. I'm even looking at that picture. I want to get a feel of what it would be like to hit the ball, that picture. Kind of like beanbag toss, right? If you're playing beanbag toss, you're just looking at the target. And in beanbag toss, we don't care if we make it, miss it. We're trying to make it. We get 3 tries, right? That's what we get here. It's kind of just like that game, beanbag toss. You've all played it. So here we go. I've lined it up. I've got a feel for practicing it. So aim, then practice. Okay, get a good, comfortable feeling over the ball. I'm just gonna toss it up. Okay, then I get set, I match my line. You see that line there? I'm gonna match that line to that line on the ball. Here we go. Match it up, line it up, so I can putt to the what? To the picture. And I'm gonna tell you the answer to the question once I'm done. Well, how many do pros make from 3 feet? Here we go. I am going to try to beat the pro. So feet set, get comfortable. I got the lines matched up. I'm looking at my picture. I get set, and I look, and I'm gonna putt to that picture. I barely went in. Okay, now I'm gonna move the angle here so you don't have to look at my good side over there. We've got one in, and I slipped it on the right edge, so I'm gonna try to do a little better on this one. I aim from behind. I'm gonna line it up again. Now the fun part about this game, I did all that practicing on the first shot. The next two I'm just gonna go and then go. So no practice swings. So first shot, do the aim, do the practice, do the hit. But these ones now we're just gonna play. So 3 in a row, just play. So I aim, boom. Now I play. I'm trying to beat the pro. How many do pros make from this distance? I'm gonna tell you in a second. First I gotta hit these putts. I'm gonna try to make 3 in a row and get comfortable over that ball. Match my lines up. I can hit it right to that B in the back of the cup. I'm gonna look at my picture, the B right at the back of the cup. I'm gonna putt to the picture. Click, I got a picture in my mind. Look down and go. Oh, dead center, right in the heart. So I'm putting to that picture, just like Tiger Woods would do as a 3-year-old. So I'm gonna put that B, that box, that's my picture, right in the back of the cup. And now I have a chance to beat the pro. Pros from 3 feet, they make 100% of their putts, almost. They make 99.5%. So if I make this, I beat the pro. Here we go. So aim, normally you'd practice, but we're in play mode now. So you aim. We already did all the practicing. Now we're playing. I might double check it because it's such an important putt. I need to make it. Check that line right at the B. Now I match it up. I match it up with my club face. That's why we're talking putt to the picture today, but a lot of this connects with every shot. So I've got my line there. I aimed. I'm aligning that line to the picture, to the B. I'm gonna match my feet up. So that's grip here, alignment here, then I take my stance, 1, 2, but I really wanna make sure this club face is matched up to that line so I can putt to the picture. So K.I.S.S principle, keep it simple. Stupid, remember these little tricks that Tiger learned. But now we're into our drill of the day, tip of the day, putt to the picture. I'm gonna beat the pro right here. I'm looking at that beat. I click a picture over to my mind. I keep it in my mind. I look at the ball and I putt to that picture. Very nervous, very nervous. You all are watching, I'm very nervous. Take a deep breath. Calm my nerves. And as I let out that breath, I'm gonna putt to that picture. Oh, 3 in a row. I'm the greatest that ever lived, next to Tiger. And there you have it, your tip of the day, putt to the picture, starting at 3 feet. And remember, pros make how many? 100%, almost. So I made 3 for 3, 100%. They only make 99.5. I made 100. I'm better than a pro tonight. Okay, we'll come back tomorrow for the next level. Next level is gonna be 6 footers. Okay, but before we go to 6 footers tomorrow, I wanna tell you one more thing. This might be the most important thing you can learn tonight. I wanna teach you this one last little item before the sun sets on a beautiful night. here at the golf course. Okay? And I'm gonna show you, there's 6 feet over there, that's my head cover. But I wanna show you something really cool. I think you're gonna love this. What you need to know is this. From 3 feet, we're gonna think of a grid of how pros putt. What are their stats? Okay, so these are all, I consider these short putts, 3, 6, we're eventually gonna get to 9. But what I want you to know before we end our lesson of the day, at 3 feet, I'm gonna give you a visual here. So 3 balls from each distance, but I'm gonna give you a 3 foot, 6 foot, 9 foot. So 3 feet, we just did. 6 feet. 6 feet's gonna be tomorrow. And 9 feet. Okay, so this is the game. 3, 6, 9. You do this every single time you golf and you putt to that picture. Okay, so looking over at our grid system, so the cup is a foot in front of that flag. Remember, that's your miss zone. You want to get it to the cup. So 3 feet, we already learned that is 100%. So 3 feet, pros make 100%. Every time you add a foot, so here I'm at 4 feet, 5 feet, 6 feet. So for every foot from 3 feet on out to the 9 footers, 3 feet, 4 feet, it drops by this many. It drops by 10%. So from 3 feet to 4 feet, pros go from 100%, virtually 99.5, they go down to 90%. 5 feet, it goes to, you guessed it, 80%. 6 footers we're gonna do tomorrow, 70%. 7 footers, 60. 8 footers, they make 50%. They make half and half, 50%. So if you did 10, you'd make 5 out of 5, if you're a pro. And then at 9 feet, it drops all the way down another 10%, about 40%. It's a real thing, you can look it up. That's the grid. 3 feet, 100%, 490, 580, 670, 760, 850, and 9, 40%. So you're gonna get really good at those short putts, okay? So then you'll beat the pro from 3 feet, which I demonstrated tonight, 3 in a row. First take, by the way. And then at 6 feet, remember it's 70%. So you're gonna try to make 2 out of 3, right? 66% I think is the number for 2 out of 3. And then the last putt would be from 9 feet. And you keep in mind, pros miss half of them, over half from 9 feet. So just make 1. So a little game you can play. Give you this as some home fun. We'll go over the 6 footer tomorrow. 3 feet, try to make 100%, 3 for 3. 6 feet, 2 for 3, about 70%. And the last putt, 9 footers, just make 1 out of 3. It's a fun game. So you just go like this. Boom, 3 for 3. This one, oh bummer, I missed, but it's in my zone, yay. Then the next one I learned from it, drop it in the cup, 2. I'm gonna take another putt. And I made 2 out of 3. Then I try my next level. You don't move on until you beat the level. At level 3, right here, 9 footers. Oh, a little too far. Oh, a little too short, but my third one, good, better. Yay, I beat the drill. 1 out of 3. Does that make sense? 3 for 3 from 3 feet, 2 for 3 from 6 feet, 1 for 3 from 9 feet. Thanks for hanging out. Day 1, Tiger Woods Golf Playbook System, putt to the picture. It'll change your world. Okay, so there's the cup, but if it's breaking to the right, you put your picture over here. If it's really uphill, you put it over here and here. Uphill, breaking to the right. If it's that way, that way. If it's short and going downhill, you might put it over here, over there. So you're gonna move your picture and we're gonna let gravity help you out. We're gonna teach you more about the gravity and break part tomorrow on 6 footers. Because from 3 feet, you can pretty much hit to the back of the cup, unless it's an extreme break. Hope that makes sense. Day 1, Tiger Woods inspired golf playbook system, the Holen1Golf Playbook. I can't wait to teach you the whole thing. It's gonna take all summer. and you're gonna love it.